Hardcore 2 class, and in this class let us discuss about unit number 2, that is organization of genes and chromosomes. In this unit today in this class let us discuss about the operon concept. So first is introduction. The DNA present in a cell contains genetic information for all the proteins required by an organism and may contain from few to thousands of genes. So DNA, so it consists of few to thousands of genes, and all the functional genes do not make polypeptides all the times. Though the different types of cells in the body of an organism differ in their structure and function, their genes are identical. As development proceeds, the activity of these genes increases while those of other decreases or stops. That is, the genes are switched on and also the genes are switched off at different times. By this, the activity of genes, it might increases or it might be decreased. So this process is referred to as differential gene action, and when the genes are active, they direct the synthesis of enzymes and proteins which affect certain phenotypic traits, and the metabolic products may influence the synthesis of enzymes, that is the feedback or inhibition of end product. Although the cell may contain many genes which produce as many enzymes as their number, only the enzymes required at a particular time are produced. Therefore, the flow of information from DNA, that is from gene to the protein, is regulated in some way. And the mechanism of regulation of gene action has been studied extensively in certain microorganisms such as E. coli, that is Escherichia coli, and some higher organisms, and the hypothesis to explain induction and repression of enzyme synthesis, that is induction and repression of enzyme synthesis, was first put forward by Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod. So these two scientists, that is Jacob and Monod, they have explained the hypothesis of induction and also repression of enzyme synthesis. For this and other brilliant contribution, they were awarded Nobel Prize in Medicine in the year of 1965. And the scheme proposed by Jacob and Monod is called as a operon model, which consists of following components, and the following components might be, the operon, it consisting of a group of structural genes whose transcription is regulated by the action of regulator gene, promoter gene, operator gene, and also terminator gene. So these genes considered as operon. In the diagram, you are going to observe the structural gene, that is A, B, C, D. These are the structural genes, and a operator, next a promoter gene, and also regulator gene. So these constitute the operon. Recent studies in microbial genetics have clearly indicated that not all the genes act by determining the structure of given proteins or enzymes. Some of them regulate the action of other genes and are called regulator genes. And regulation may be brought about either by suppression of protein synthesis or by induction of the process. So here suppression and also induction play a very important role. So let us study one by one about the different types of genes. So the first one is a structural gene. So these are directly concerned with the synthesis of cellular proteins. So structural genes, they are going to synthesize the proteins, and the structural genes produce as those transcription and determine the sequence of amino acids in the synthesized proteins. As there are many proteins in the cells, there are as many structural genes under common control, and each structural gene may be controlled independently, and that transcribe a separate mRNA molecule, or all the structural genes under an operon may form one long polycistronic or polygenic mRNA molecules. So these structural genes, upon transcription, they are going to form a mRNA molecule, and eukaryotes have only a single functional site for producing monogenic mRNA, whereas the prokaryotes polygenic mRNA are common, and a small segment of DNA molecule in case of bacterium may also have several structural genes which may transcribe one long polycistronic mRNA molecules, and these control the synthesis of many proteins. So eukaryotes have only single functional site for producing monogenic mRNA, while the prokaryotes, they are going to produce polygenic mRNA. So next is the operator gene. So operator gene is located adjacent to first structural gene. So always the operator gene is present adjacent to the structural gene. So in the diagram you are going to observe the adjacent, operator and also structural genes. So it determines whether the structural gene is to be repressed by the repressor protein. So there is a specialized protein called as repressor protein, and it is going to repressed in this operator gene. So a product of regulator gene. So repressor protein is a product of a regulator gene, and the operator gene is recognized by repressor protein, which binds to the operator, forming an operator repressor complex. So in the operator gene, the repressor protein is going to bind, and it is going to form a complex called as operator repressor complex, and the operator genes as well as a group of genes that are under it are known as operons. So operator gene along with a group of genes known as operons. The operator genes are carried in chromosomes and show recombination too. Next is a promoter gene. So next to operator gene we are going to observe the promoter gene. So it is continuous with the operator gene and is located just before the operator. The complete nucleotide sequence of control region in some bacteria extend from termination codon of structural genes and induces the promoter and operator genes. So the promoter region, according to Pribnow in 1975, has three essential elements. So this promoter gene has three essential elements which are constant in position with respect to each other. So these elements of promoter gene are the recognition sequence and a RNA polymerase binding sequence and an mRNA initiation site. So these are the three elements of promoter gene. So next is a regulator gene. So these genes direct the synthesis of protein, which may be either an active repressor or an inactive repressor. So inactive repressor is called as a aporepressor. So repressor protein has one active site for operator recognition and the other active site for inducer. So the repressor protein, which is produced from the regulator gene, has one active site for operator recognition and other active site for inducer. When inducer binds with repressor, it distorts the molecule so that operator site no longer recognizes the operator gene. So active repressor protein has an affinity for a operator gene. So always the repressor protein is going to bind the operator gene. In absence of a inducer protein, the repressor binds to the operator gene and blocks the path of RNA polymerase. So when there will be the absence of a inducer, if there is no inducer, the repressor protein is going to bind the operator and it's going to block the activity of the RNA polymerase. Thus, the structural genes are unable to transcribe the mRNA. So, there will be no transcription when the repressor protein is going to operator. So, the repressor when linked to an inducer undergoes a change which makes it ineffective, and as a result, it cannot bind to operator gene and protein synthesis is possible. If there is absence of a repressor, then there will be some changes that it is going to makes the inducer ineffective. So if repressor protein is not present, it is going to make a inducer as a ineffective and it results to the gene on. So this is about the regulator gene. So next is a effector or inducer. So an inducer or effector is a small molecule. It might be of a sugar, amino acid or a nucleotide that can be linked to regulator or repressor protein. So inducer is always linked to the repressor protein to change its ability to interact with the operator or promoter gene. So Jacob and Monod have suggested that a regulator protein will bind to an operator and inhibit operon expression as long as the effector or inducer is absent. So in case of a absence of an inducer, the regulator protein is going to bind the operator. But if the effector molecule appears in the intracellular environment, it will bind to the regulator protein and thereby pull the regulator away from the operator. So this is about what is going to happen if there will be the presence of repressor protein or the absence of the repressor protein. So according to Jacob and Monod concept, operon is a group of continuous structural genes showing coordinate expression and closely associated sites, and this definition does not presume any particular mechanism of regulation, negative or positive. So in the case of negative control of operon expression, controlling elements are so coded that transcription of operon occurs in the absence of any cytoplasmic regulatory component specific for the particular system. So in case of a positive control system, the coding at the initiator controlling site prevents the expression of operon in the absence of regulatory product. So the operon represent a unit of polarized coordinated genetic transcription in prokaryotes that is initiated and regulated at the operator site, and it consists of a promoter, operator, one or more structural genes coding for enzymes performing related metabolic functions, and the terminator. So transcription of operon which eventually result in a polycistronic mRNA starts at a promoter where RNA polymerase binds to DNA. So by this, synthesis of mRNA is going to start if operator is free of a repressor protein. So it is also called as a negative control. So the synthesis of mRNA is going to takes place when the operator is free from the repressor protein. So in the repressible system, repressor protein formed by regulator gene is inactive, therefore it does not block the operator and protein synthesis takes place, and repressor is activated in the presence of co-repressor, and the repressor co-repressor complex makes the operator gene inactive. As a result of this, protein synthesis cannot takes place. So in the operon concept, we are going to observe the turned off state and also turned on state based on the presence or absence of a inducer, or the attacking the repressor protein onto the operator gene. So by this, let us know what is turned off state. So regulator genes are going to produce macromolecules that act upon the operator gene to turn it on or off. So the regulator genes play a very important role here. A single regulator gene can affect the synthesis of different proteins, whereas the structural gene obey the one gene, one enzyme rule. So here one gene is always responsible for one enzyme. So if the repressor substance produced by a regulator gene act upon the operator gene, they depress their activity, and then the latter do not permit the structural gene to produce a mRNA. So this is called as a turned off condition. So in the turned off condition, the repressor is going to bind to the operator region. When the operator region is blocked by the repressor protein, there is no synthesis of a mRNA. So that is transcription is completely absent. That is synthesis of mRNA is not present. So it is called as a turned off state. So next is the turned on state, when regulator genes, that is sometimes produce inducer substances. If this substance is present in the nucleoplasm, it combines with the repressor substance. So inducer is going to combine with the repressor. So there will be the presence of a inducer. That is, regulator gene is going to produce a inducer, and this inducer is going to bind to the repressor protein, and when it combines with the repressor substance, these two repressor and inducer substances do not act upon the operator gene. So these, when inducer and repressor are going to bind, there will not be the activity of the operator gene. That means when inducer and repressor are going to bind, these substances, they do not act upon the operator gene. So they activate the operator gene and allow operator gene to turn on the structural genes. So the operator gene is free now and it is going to turn on the structural genes. So these are the structural ZYA. So these are the structural genes, and these structural genes are turned on in the presence of inducer, and by this these structural genes are going to synthesize mRNA. So by this the gene ZYA, so these are going to synthesize, the Z is going to synthesize beta galactosidase, Y is going to synthesize permease, and A is going to synthesize trans-acetylase. So by this both transcription, that is formation of mRNA, and also translation is going to form, that is formation of a proteins. So by this we came to know about the operon concept. So this is a operon is a set of genes and is transcribed under the control of operator gene more specifically, and this operon is a segment of DNA containing adjacent genes including structural gene, operator gene, and a regulator gene, and an operon is thus a functional unit of transcription and genetic regulation. So this is your operon concept. Thank you.